So can everyone get your Bibles out? Because I'm going to look up some scriptures. Okay, again. Anyone look up Samuel, 1 Samuel 17.
So first we need to find 1 Samuel. Chapter 17.
And if anyone finds it, you can stand up.
You want me to check and see if they have the rest of them? What verse do you need? You know, that's the chapter. Just First Samuel 18. Just 17. Give us first. I think you were first.
Miss Wood class.
Ask him again, Isaiah.
Can anyone tell me what the scriptures were about?
Philistines?
Yes, and it was about courage. And today we're gonna talk about someone about courage, and that person was David, the son of Jesse. Leah, so can someone look up Joshua 1:9?
Joshua what?
Joshua 1:9, chapter 1, verse 9.
I'll read it.
Yeah, chapter 1, verse 9. Do you have it? Okay, well, can you read to us?
I have not commanded thee, be strong and good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee. Whatsoever thy what? Joshua.
Says,
Whatsoever thy I don't know what word it is. Whatsoever thy thou goest.
thank you. Okay, well, do not be afraid or dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And Deuteronomy 31:6 says, be strong and courageous, do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. Psalms 31:24 says, be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who wait for the Lord. So, Samia, can you pull up the story of David?
David and Goliath.
Many years ago, Israel had a big problem.
Really? What was it?
Their enemy came to attack them.
That is a big problem.
So King Saul, the leader for help throughout the land. The messenger passed by a town where a man named Jesse lived with his big, strong sons.
The Philistines are attacking, and King Saul needs brave and mighty men to fight.
Well, when Jesse's sons heard that, they said,
Brave and mighty? That's us!
so off they all went, all except for their little brother, David.
I take care of the sheep.
David was too young and too small to go to war. So, instead of fighting, David brought food to his brothers. One day, while he was visiting them, David saw a big, huge Philistine.
Was he one of the Philistines attacking Israel?
Yes, his name was
Goliath! I'm the baddest, biggest, strongest guy around!
the Philistine leader said,
If your strongest man can beat our strongest man, we will be your slaves. But if our strongest man can beat your strongest man, you will be our slaves.
The Israelite soldiers were really scared. But someone had to fight Goliath.
Who's brave enough to fight?
I will.
You? You're just a kid!
God has helped me save our sheep from a lion and a bear. And God will help me save Israel from Goliath and the Philistines.
Well, it sounded,
Crazy!
but no one else volunteered. So, King Saul said,
All right, here, use my sword.
It's too heavy. I'll just use this.
A slingshot?
I use this slingshot to protect my sheep from lions and bears. And I'll use it to protect us from the Philistines.
Then David picked up 5 smooth stones and walked out onto the battlefield.
You were such a nice kid.
Israel announced that they were sending their champion out to meet Goliath. So, the giant Philistine turned to meet him.
Who is he?
Right here.
You? I will defeat you to the whites. Goliath! Goliath! Goliath!
David must have been so scared.
Maybe. But David trusted God and said,
This is God's battle.
Oh, yeah? Well, this is my spear.
You come at me with your big spear and strong armor, but I come with the power of my big, strong God.
and just then, David slung a stone through the air and hit Goliath right
Between the eyes!
So Israel was safe.
And who did God use?
Not big, strong King Saul or his army.
Not Jesse's warrior sons.
It was David because he trusted God.
And when we trust God with everything, God can use us to do amazing things.
Even if we are small.
That's right.
Hey there, friends. I'm Tim T.
So, can anyone tell me? Who put the 5 stones in the river? Isabella?
David.
No, it was God, because he knew before David went to. He knew what David knew. God knew what David had. God knew what before David went to go face Goliath. He knew what he needed to he knew what David needed to defeat the Goliath. Now, is it true that God can use anyone who's big and who's small? Yes, it is true. So, and with God, we can have courage so we can face any problem with God's help. It doesn't mean that all wishes will come true, but because God knows what we need. So does anyone here have faith in God? Good. And what animals did David kill before he faced Goliath? Aubrey?
Lion and a bear.
Yeah. Because David trusted God, and he knew that with God's help, he would save his sheep and face Goliath and free his people from them. So yeah, so what David did was not lose hope, and protect and him not losing hope protected his sheep and protect sheep from the lion and the bear. So yeah, we're the sheep. God's the shepherd. It says, yeah, God helped it and protected David from the lion and the bear and Goliath too. So yeah, I'm not saying that all of us are perfect, but with God's if we set the Lord into our heart, we will have salvation. So yeah, okay. Today, I'm gonna read y'all a scripture verse. And there was a war again with the Philistines, it came to pass, today came when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, and that the woman came out of all cities of Israel singing and dancing to meet King Saul. With tablets with joy and instruments of and the woman answered one another as they played and said, Saul hath slain his thousand, David has 10,000. So yeah, it says, so it's kind of this. King Saul was kind of like jealous or angry at David because he thought he was trying to take away his kingdom. So he kept a close eye on David because, so he's been keeping an eye on him. Well, one day when he was trying to, one day David was singing to David. David was singing to King Saul. King Saul tried to kill David, but David escaped and was hiding on a mountain. And Jonathan, the son of King Saul, was David's best friend. And David had put trust in his best friend that he knew what he was doing. But King Saul was trying to find David and kill him, so he wouldn't because he thought he was trying to take away his kingdom. But David and Jonathan, they both you can pull it out. My Black History Month is Bobby Marshall. Bobby Marshall was born in Marshall moved to with his parents at an early age. He soon became an athlete in high school. Then, at the University of Minnesota, where he played football and graduated in 1907. He was a black football player to make All American for the Big Ten and led the Gophers to the 3 titles in 1903, 1904, and 1906. He became the first black coach in 1907 as a Minnesota assistant coach. Marshall's wife were members of ST Peter's Church and South. He attended the U of M Law School. He worked at his way through college as a waiter and worked it for his father's construction company. The reason he didn't continue as a lawyer was the sports teams. The sports teams would draw him out of the area. He played for the teams all over the Midwest. He made All-Pro in 1920 at the age of 40 and played until the age of 45. He was a man who was way ahead of his time.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody give Isaiah a hand.